last morning in California. For breakfast, we finally got to try Taco Bell breakfast. I had the waffle taco, which is pretty much the taco with your choice of sausage or bacon, scrambled eggs, and melted cheese. It was okay. Like, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't amazing that I'd wake up purposely for breakfast hours for it. But I'd eat it again. And then we went to Porto's to get some of these famous cheese rolls that Nikki won't stop talking about. I was pleasantly surprised by their price. They look so cute. Okay, well, I'm gonna try one later in a bit. So we're on our way to the airport now. We're flying out of the Orange County John Wayne Airport. See you at the airport.
California.
Let's play story time. I tried not to say so. Okay. We were at the airport. We got to the airport for an 11:50 flight to Denver to make a connection from Denver to Toronto, which leaves at 4:30-ish. We get to the airport and we see that the Denver flight is delayed by 1 hour. We go to the ticket counter and the lady tells us that this flight is delayed. It's going to be very hard to make your connection because that would just leave us 30 minutes. And then so she started checking for like alternative routes and flights for us. And in the middle of her doing that, the time board or whatever behind her updated the time, and now the Denver flight was delayed for 2 hours, and for sure we weren't going to make our connecting flight. We were given two options. We could either spend the night in Denver and arrive in Canada in Toronto at around 1:30 on Sunday tomorrow. And after our Buffalo experience, I'm pretty sure none of us want to sleep in an airport again. Wake up. It's 4 o'clock. And the second option was to take a later flight to San Francisco, and then take the red eye from San Francisco to Toronto, which gets in tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. And we figured that was a better option. You know, we'd rather sleep on a plane than trying to squeeze onto a uncomfortable and awkward airport area. That's our fun adventure story for the day. So Kara picked us up because we have about 3 or 4 hours to kill. We're currently in San Francisco Airport and we're waiting to board our flight to Toronto. This day is literally just getting longer and longer. Our whole trip has been delayed by about 9 hours now, and counting, because apparently the flight from here to Toronto is being delayed by 2 hours. Gee, I better start walking because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get there before the plane does. I could have been home 2 hours ago had it not been for that first delay, and then now this second delay, and it's just getting really tiring. It's about 8 p.m. Pacific time. The flight doesn't board until midnight, so we have 4 hours until we get going. And that arrives in Toronto at 8 a.m. Hopefully the next vlog is gonna be in Toronto. So when we first checked in to this flight, they scanned my passport and they said that we weren't in the system. So obviously my first inclination was to freak out, because this lady back in John Wayne Airport said that she was gonna reserve us seats into this flight, and we're being rerouted and we should be all good and whatever. And then we get here, not only was this flight delayed for 2 hours, apparently we weren't even on the system, and then one of the kiosk people telling us that, it's an oversold flight, so great, not only were we not in the system, we may not even get seats. Said that we're apparently on standby, and I was just like ready to freak my shit, because I'm not about to be rejected off of another flight. Like, our trip has already been delayed over 9 hours. It's almost 11 hours at this point. So when they were able to get us seats for this flight, I was just so relieved. I was so ready to go home. And not because the trip itself was bad, like, it's the ridiculousness of this day, this journey, It's about 11:43, almost 11:45. We're finally about to board our flight to Toronto, which has been delayed about 2 hours due to apparently mechanical reasons in Toronto. I'm just so done. Like, I'm gonna turn off this vlog, I'm gonna board this flight, and I'm gonna K the fuck out. Okay, bye.
Have you been to California? Seen the sights and people there? Walked the streets of sleepy sea towns, tasted salty ocean air.